welcome back to my channel. My name's CaitlinAnwyn for anyone who's new here, and today we are doing another speed build, and this one is going to be Realm of Magic only. I really wanted to try out some new features of The Sims that's been added. I haven't actually played with the new configurable stairs at all, and I really wanted to look at all of the fun magical items that Realm of Magic came with. So I just packaged them all together and created a witch's tower. So I'm completely editing out all of the configurable stairs making of this because it was a nightmare, to be quite honest. I'm really not used to it yet, so it took way too long to just get it to look how it does now. So I've just edited that part out. If you want a full tutorial from me, just let me know in the comments because I played around with it quite a lot with this build to make it a little bit more interesting, and I kind of wanted it to sort of look death-defying, I guess, because those stairs do not have railings and I'm not putting railings on them. I wanted them to look like they were built into the building, but the Sims haven't quite got that far in engineering and it just didn't work, but this is as close as I could get. But the sim I have in mind for this build is going to be my evil witch from my last creator sim video, the good versus evil witches. I kind of wanted to make like an evil witches tower. That's why I kind of made it not straight up and down. I kind of made it higgledy-piggledy, I would say. I don't know. Is there another word for that? I would just call it higgledy-piggledy. I don't want it to look perfect anyway. And I absolutely adore the new windows that came with Realm of Magic. The stained glass ones were perfect for this build. I did end up deciding to switch the colouring, but all of the stained glass swatches were absolutely gorgeous, and I love the curved parts of the windows. They're not square, isn't it amazing? But obviously they have plain swatches as well as all of the pretty stained glass ones, which really helps. So I really love it. But I was not satisfied with just having that tower, and I ended up doing some terrain editing off camera because again that takes way too long, and I'm really not good at terrain editing either. Any of the new features that's just slightly more complicated I'm terrible at, and I don't really do them often. But I wanted this to be even taller than 4-story tower. So I placed it on top of a little hill and I really didn't think that the tower would be livable. It's just far too narrow, unfortunately. So I built the tower into the hill, which I thought was kind of cool. So it's basement tools, obviously, but it's not actually below the ground. It's just in the hill. So this build was kind of inspired by a lot of different kind of books that I've read when I was in school, basically. But I'm still a massive fan of all of the series that I'm going to mention, and I would definitely recommend them. There are 2 different series that this game definitely reminded me of. Obviously, I will mention Harry Potter because it's obviously very Harry Potter, like it really speaks to my Harry Potter fangirl in me a lot, this pack. But I want to mention books that are not Harry Potter as well, because this is very obviously inspired by Harry Potter, especially with Castor's Alley. I see you, Sims. But especially this top tower kitchen here. This reminds me of the Shadowhunters series, especially the Infernal Devices series, which was set in Victorian London. The antique kitchen area definitely reminded me of that series. But yeah, I absolutely adore everything written by Cassandra Clare, to be quite honest. And you may know about the Shadowhunters series because I know there's a Netflix series on it, and there was also a film about the Shadowhunters in the Mortal Instruments series by Cassandra Clare. Oh, and in the Impersonal Devices series, actually, they have a prominent wizard character called Magnus, and I could actually see him living in something like this as well because he's a comedian. He'll pretty much be into a lot of different things. I think in the Netflix adaptation he's in like a modern loft, but Magnus is like one of the oldest characters in the books, so he could have lived through all different types of houses, I think. If you've read the series, please let me know in the comments. I would love to fangirl all over that with you guys. And the different types of magic that you can do in Realm of Magic really reminded me of a series called The House of Night by PC and Christine Cass. It's actually a mother and daughter duo, which is pretty cool. Oh, both of these books are young adult categorized, by the way, so I thought it would go with the Sims, seeing as that is T for teen. That would work out quite well, I think. Even though the House of Night series that I'm just about to talk about, that does say on the back that it's not suitable for younger readers. Just to warn you, just in case. Oh, but I do have to mention this really strange glitch where there's like strings attached to my configurable stairs. Don't know what that is. Kind of looks a bit strange and I couldn't get rid of it, so not sure what's going on there, but it is a new feature, so of course I was kind of pushing this configurable stairs to the limit, and that's why I've edited it all out, because it's really fidgety and it's not fun to watch because it's so fidgety. I'm just going to take it all off. And I thought this like nice little balcony area here could be really nice for some plants, because your Sims will definitely need to grow their own plants if they are into the spellcrafter stuff and want to do potions. There are new plants that come with the game, and I end up putting the new seed packets in one of the towers because only one of the towers is unusable. One of the rooms is unusable. I just couldn't figure out how to get stairs there because of the mess of configurable stairs, so just click and drag them into your inventory. Here's some seeds as a present. But the House of Night series isn't actually about like magic as per se. It's a vampires type of book. This was published when Twilight was a thing, so you can see the theme, I suppose. But these vampires sort of have magical powers as well, and their powers are elemental, and they go through the different elements: fire, water, air, and earth, I think. I haven't read these in like 10 years now. Oh dear, showing my age. But they're still fantastic books. It doesn't matter when they're published, I suppose. They're just books. Harry Potter's still great, and that was published in the 90s. The characters that we see in those House of Night books, they specialize in one type of element. So like they would be a fire element who would be really good at all of the fire spells. So that's kind of reminded me of the sages. They specialize in their mischief, and in their mischief, untamed and practical types. So that really reminded me of that, where they're all quite specific with what they like to do, but I guess when you play it as yourself, you can decide whether you want to be specific and only learn one type of spell, or you want to do anything and learn everything. That's kind of the way I've been playing it. I haven't specified which type of magic I want to play as, but it's all up to you. That's the great thing about Sims, isn't it? But the main hub of this whole tower is definitely the bottom basement area, because I've placed the bedroom, a bathroom, and a living room potions area in this big part down here, so it's quite nice that I managed to get one big room in this build and hide it so it still looks like a pretty cool tower, but we've got this space that your Sims can actually do things in instead of it just being this whole how many different types of stairs can I place in this and look really death-defying and confusing. Some of the wood swatches don't really match other items in the catalogue, so the chairs and the sofas are like the black swatch. They don't match the black swatch in the bed, which I suppose you won't always use sofas and beds in the same room, but I've sort of made this a kind of flat apartment area where there's kind of everything at once, especially if you're playing as an evil witch. Her living in the basement is kind of cool in my mind anyway, like it adds to the story that she's hiding in this hill. That's what I'm going to say for my character who's going to live here, Brett. If you want to check that out, that will be in the iCard. And if you want to check out my Realm of Magic Let's Play, that will also be in the iCards as well. This building may even pop up in the future. I am kind of interested in seeing other people's opinions on this pack. Are you enjoying this pack? I would have preferred to be able to use more of the world in the magical realm with the conservatory area, that greenhouse not being usable at all. Kind of frustrating. Would have liked to be able to edit that at all, but the only lot you can edit in the magical realm is the HQ, and that's okay, but I wish there was more to do there, really. And most disappointingly, I think, was the familiars for me with gameplay. You find them, you get them, and they do nothing other than like save you. But if you have watched my Let's Play, it actually took me 20 minutes of dueling to overcharge a sim, like 20 minutes real time before the overcharge death animation happened. So kind of frustrating. It's like incredibly difficult to have a sim die in this game, and I thought it would have been a little easier for the overcharge, so you'd have to actually be careful when you play this. You don't have to be careful at all. They pretty much like do the sparky thing 2 or 3 times before they actually overcharge as well, so it looks like they're going to die from overcharging and they don't. Kind of disappointing. It would have been more of a challenging gameplay aspect if you had to be careful how much magic your sim was doing at a time, but they're pretty okay to be overcharged for 20 minutes straight, which was kind of frustrating. I really enjoy the gameplay. I enjoy being a spellcaster. I love the depth of some of the things in the pack. The spell book and the level guide. I'm not sure what it's called. Tier system for the spellcaster. Really cool. Way better than mermaids. I would have really loved to be able to have a friendship with the familiars in any way, like that it would be in our friendship UI, that we'd actually know them and be able to interact with them in any other way other than just them sort of giving you snarky comments when you learn a spell. Would have liked to either like be more friendly with them and get items or more XP from being really friendly with them, or not have a great friendship with them and then sort of make your life a little bit harder and your spells a little bit harder to do properly. That would have been cool. What would you improve with Realm of Magic? I'm quite interested to know what other people like. Like, if you don't agree with me, let me know. That's okay. I would like to know what other people think, and if you do agree and you would have liked to see things that I would have liked to see, it'd be fun to see like a little discussion, because our opinions do matter to the Sims. We've seen that from the latest update in the game. There was a quick update to fix the island counters, the crashes when you were in Creator Sim and the column placing glitch. So they quickly pushed that out. They heard us and they took our criticism into consideration and fixed things that we would have liked fixed. So definitely would like to start a discussion with all of that, because the Sims definitely care about our opinions with the game. Otherwise they wouldn't have pushed out quick updates like they have this week. So this is the gallery. As you can see, I've only used Realm of Magic. The build is 85,000 simoleons. Oh, definitely not a budget build there. But as you can see, there's a little problem with this lot. And the gallery pictures, it has a giant tree in front of it. So I did change this lot a little bit off camera, because again, so much fiddling that I just decided to remove a few things. So the stairs have changed slightly, so the Sims are now able to reach the second story with the garden, and I placed the live edit objects over the terrain so it would look more like a rocky cliff than a weird bumpy hill that I couldn't quite create in terrain editing. So the live edit rocks definitely saved this a little bit. Definitely a move objects on before placing build. So this is the full build of the Witch's Tower or Spellcaster's Tower. I really enjoyed building this. This did take me an embarrassingly long time to build. I'd say approximately 4 hours. I did have 3 hours of footage, but I gave up with recording in some cases as well, because there was a lot of individual placing and moving about all of the stairs and stuff. This build is fully accessible. I've play tested it all, so there's a lot of stairs. It doesn't look like it should work, but it does, which is great. And it is Realm of Magic and base game only, so if you head on over to my gallery, you can download this with only the Realm of Magic game pack and Sims 4, which I think is nice too. And it's always nice to have some different builds to snazz up your map rather than seeing those EA builds. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, smash that like button and let me know what you would have liked to have seen in Realm of Magic that isn't included in the game, and let me know which floor is your favorite in this whole build. I think mine was the top floor with the kitchen nook with all of the potions. I think that was definitely my favorite floor to build. I love cramming things in and having loads of clutter, making things look really homey. One of my favorite things to do in builds. If you haven't already, it would mean a lot to me if you could subscribe and hit the bell to be notified whenever I upload a new video. If you haven't seen my Realm of Magic Let's Play yet, definitely check that out. It will be in the iCards and on the end screen if you would like to check that out. I hope you have a wonderful day, and I will see you next time. Goodbye!